welcome to the Cars Billington Proud to Farm podcast. Today coming to you from all over the place. We celebrated International Women's Day at the start of the month, and we couldn't let the month close out without acknowledging some of the fantastic female talent that we have within our business. We couldn't, however, get them all up to the wonderful Herd Media Studios in Carlisle, so we went out and about to see them in their day-to-day roles and find out about what being a woman in agriculture means to them. So we're here at the Cockermouth branch today with Ellie Stamper, who's the new General Manager for the Cockermouth and Wigton branches, is that right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And we'll talk a wee bit about your hop up that ladder in a second, because that's very important. But one of the things that I know about you is you're heavily immersed in agriculture in your personal life. And one of the things that you're probably most passionate about, I think is fair to say, is your champion flock of Texels. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so about 11 years ago, I was given 2 pet lambs, and that's where it all started. Grew my own flock, bred my own, now purchased some pedigree sheep from other people, breeding my own tups now, and breeding my own gimmer lambs as well.
Amazing. So you said that you got your own 2 pet lambs. I take it you grew up on a farm?
I did, yes.
Whereabouts?
Yes. So, West Coast, near Whitehaven, up on the sea, so up on the sea edge.
And did you always feel you were destined for a life in agriculture from that point, or?
Yeah, I kind of knew that this was the path that I was going to go down. I didn't know whether I wanted to do veterinary or more this side of the agriculture. Tried both.
Yeah.
And this is the route that I've picked.
So you obviously put a lot of hard work and effort when it comes to showing your flock. Tell us a little bit about what the background process is and that, and how it starts.
Yeah, so it is very hard work, a lot of late nights after work. Obviously I work full time till 5 p.m, so getting home, doing it all till late night, and costs quite a lot as well.
Yeah, big commitment.
Yeah, a lot of effort and money goes into it to get where I am, but it's all been worth it.
So there's one thing to be said about raising a pedigree flock and wanting to do that well, but is it another mindset that makes me go, right, I want to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, get these guys washed, dressed, clipped to within an inch of their life, and have them looking their best and go and win this award?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's just that bit of, yes, this is all mine.
Yeah.
And I've got there doing it all by myself.
Yeah, you've done that, and it really exhilarates you.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But your partner supports you as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, we both do it together. Yeah, it's usually me that's there scrubbing the sheep and getting them ready. He just drives them there.
Fantastic. So, Ellie, tell us a little bit about your career progression, because I believe that you started here in the Cockermouth branch, and now you have hopped up the ladder to General Manager of this branch and the Wigton branch also. So tell us a little bit about that story.
I have, yeah. So back in 2017, I was at Newtonry College, and we had to do some unpaid work experience. So came here, done it at the Cockermouth branch, and then when I left college, I got the opportunity to work Saturdays. So I worked the Saturdays, and then there was the opportunity to become full-time here at the Cockermouth. So I did. And then in 2022, there was a position for supervisor role over at Wigton. So I took that, got the job, and then just recently, I've now came back as General Manager for Cockermouth and Wigton. So jumped up the ladder again.
And it's a fantastic story of progression for people looking to progress within this business and within agriculture in general. What were you studying at college?
I was studying farm animal management.
Yeah.
I don't actually know if it was that. What was it?
It stood you in good stead for whatever your career progression has become anyway, probably.
Yeah.
But when you were at college, was there a fair old split of women to guys, or?
Yeah, there was. Yeah, there was actually more females on the course than there was males. Yeah. So we had. Yeah, it was quite good.
So it was pretty inclusive.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So in the agricultural industry, Ellie, have you had any big positive female role models in the past, or is there anybody that's current just now that you feel is really leading the way?
Not necessarily, no. I've kind of felt that it's just been an industry where I can get on and do it myself and be my own leader.
Yeah, so you've not felt that you've had any barriers put in your way because you're a woman?
No, I've kind of just pushed through anything and got on and done it myself.
Great, no, fantastic. And Ellie, just to finish off, for a young lass trying to get into the agricultural industry in any way, shape or form, what would your advice be?
My advice would be always go with your gut. Always keep going with what you want to do. Push through any barriers that come your way. and there is loads of support out there. There's loads of people, whether it be another female or a male, they will all support you, and it's a very supportive industry that I'm working in today.
I'm here with Catherine Parker, who is a vital part of our people team here and is obviously a strong role model within the business in the role that she holds. But I know Catherine much more in terms of her agricultural wealth out with the business, because you're a partner in the business at home.
I am.
And you're secretary of which breeders' club?
I am secretary of the Northwest Texel Breeders' Club.
Ah, okay.
Which covers the whole of the UK, really, but we're based northwest.
And how did that come about then? Just tell us a little bit.
So I breed pedigree Texel sheep at home, and have done with my dad for quite some years, and my mum.
So you were born into the farming then?
Yeah, so I was born into a dairy farm, and sheep, and then my parents retired and we went into breeding pedigree Texel sheep. Had been doing that for a number of years when the Northwest Club approached me to see if I would become their secretary, which I've now done for 6 or 7 years.
Oh, amazing.
So yeah, just in my spare time. Love it, love the Texel breed, and love working for an agricultural company as Cars Billington. Sort of is integral to all things ag.
With the Breeders' Club, so is there a lot of other women involved in that?
I have to say on the committee I am the sole female.
But is there an issue with that?
No, not at all. Within the industry, there are quite a lot of women. On the main society board, someone for the Northwest to represent the northern region, that's the female that's just gone on. So I think more and more females are coming into it and being recognised now.
And do you think that you need strong female role models, or are you pretty much on a level playing field when it comes to, you know, this person inspires me or that person inspires me, whether they're man, woman, whatever?
I think it's probably a bit of both. So I know within the agricultural industry there are some strong male role models out there, but I think more and more so females coming through. It's probably a generational thing. So as I come through now, I think there are some very strong females who are representing the industry, which is great to see.
Yeah, and do you think it's more important for younger ladies sort of coming through the ranks to be able to see people like yourselves holding positions like you do?
Definitely. I think when I was younger, I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and had I have seen females within the industry doing the, let's say, stronger roles, I think I probably would have known more so from a younger age what I wanted to do, whereas it took me a while to work out where I wanted to be and what career path I wanted to take.
Oh, amazing. So are you part of any groups or networks or support out there? Do you attend any of those kind of things?
Yes, so as being part of the people team, I'm part of the CIPD membership. So there's a Cumbrian meet and a Lancashire meet. So I can go to either of those.
What does that stand for, sorry, Catherine?
Chartered Institute of People Development. Mm-hmm. So that's not specific to agriculture, that's specific to people development. But it's great to meet up from sort of rural locations because there are like-minded people there. And then obviously with the Northwest Texel Club, we meet regularly, and breeding Texels, we go to all the shows. So there's a regular meet-up of the usual suspects, really.
And you do really well at shows with your sheep, don't you?
Yes, yeah, can't wait. Show season is coming soon, yeah. So.
And I know you're very genuine about that as well. So what, at home, you know, growing up, was your mum a strong role model to you in terms of the farm and what she did? Yeah,
so my mum and dad, they rented a farm, so they got married and rented a farm. They then had a chance to buy it just as interest rates hit 20%.
Gosh.
So it was a struggle. I remember it being a big struggle. But you know, we got through and it was great. So I went to school and I always came home and my mum and dad were always there.
Yeah.
And that was the upbringing I had. And then my mum had ill health, so they had the chance to sell the farm just before foot and mouth hit, which was fortunate. So we sold the farm and retained some land and built a property in a small holding, basically. And that's when my dad got ill. And whilst he was ill, he decided he wanted to keep Pedigree Texels. So to keep him going, that's what we did.
Wow.
And then he got better, and that was the start of Wyerbeck Texels. Yeah. Yeah. So, and then the person who said they would never be interested in farming
was that you
when they were younger. Yeah, I'm that's my life.
Yeah,
that's a key part of it. Yeah.
Yeah. So at home just now, what are you on with? Lambing's obviously massive. I remember last year you had your phone out with your CCTV. Have you still done it?
I just checked in on them before.
Really take over and consume your life at this time of year.
It's massive. I think we only have 2 left to lamb, and they aren't quite due yet. So we've been quite spread out this year because we had a poor scan. As it transpires, we perhaps didn't have such a poor scan, but the scanning man wasn't quite on form on scanning day.
Right.
So quite a few of the empties have lambed.
Dear me.
So it has dragged on this year. It feels like it's dragged on, but we're nearly there.
Yeah. So in terms of lambing then, can you tell me, what do you guys do differently in the way that you're breeding your pedigree sheep?
So basically, a pedigree Texel is too posh to push. And it's standard throughout the breed. So you practically have to be there for every single lambing.
Okay.
You generally wouldn't try and lamb a pedigree Texel if the lamb is backwards, because it does the rib cage.
Of course, yeah.
So if it's backwards, it's often a C-section, just to get the live lamb.
Wow.
It's very rare if you pull a decent sized lamb backwards that it will survive.
Right.
So that's all different. Generally in commercial use, you can just whip them out.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Fine. Or they might whip them out themselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, it really is literally, it doesn't matter what time of day or night you're up.
Yeah, it's
get
so
to it.
intensive.
So although we don't have that many, it feels like
you're hands on with them all.
Yeah, and it feels like you may be lambing 1,000, but you're only actually lambing 30.
What do you feel about progression in this business for women and how well we do it?
So I am absolutely proud to work for Cars Billington. My immediate line managers are female, our MD is female, and our new CFO is also female. So we have a really high representation of females within the senior level of the business, and I think, you know, that's great for a business of this character.
And I think as well at the other end, there's a lot of sort of really good younger talent coming through as well. You know, 2 of our stores have really young female branch managers, don't they? And Brock and
absolutely, Ellie and Rose, yes.
Ellie and Cockermouth, don't they? And that's really great to see.
I think, you know, and I think it will be inspiring to younger people if there's sort of, they don't even need to be farmers or from a farming industry, but people that go in and see those younger people who are, you know, trainee managers managing that's quite large stores, really.
Yeah.
I think it's inspirational.
Yeah, they're getting that chance and they're getting that opportunity.
Yeah. You know, the roles are there if people, you know, will put in the effort, regardless of male or female.
Exactly.
So hi, Hayley.
Hello.
You are the new parts advisor here at the Brock Machinery Depot. Can you tell us a little bit about how you got into agriculture and if it's been in your background, has it been in all your life? Or?
Yeah, a little bit. I grew up in Chipping, which is a local little village, which is very agriculture sort of through and through. There's a lot of farming, and that's sort of the
the people that I've surrounded myself with. My uncle's buying and selling cattle, my dad's always been around it, so it's sort of been in the family. I've sort of not really got into it until now. I've had different experiences and in different walks of life, and now I'm here in agriculture, so it's found me eventually. You don't escape it.
And so obviously you're in the machinery arm of the business in the parts department. Do you feel that would traditionally be perceived as a more male-dominated area?
I would say so, but then again, my mum managed a car manufacturing parts for 20 years, so she very much, it wasn't that for her, so I sort of take my aspiration from her, really. And I'd say there's a lot of women in cars in other places as well that do very well in parts departments, and keeping it organised, and
So what is it about this area of the business that really floats your boat then?
I suppose I've grown up round it, really. Hearing my dad's a mechanic and my mum was in car parts, so I've heard the terminology since being younger, growing up. It's sort of just making sense now, really. So I thought I'd sort of pick it up quite well, which I have done, I think. So just learning, and
So do you feel, you've obviously said you've taken your inspiration from your mum and her being in the industry. Do you feel that as a woman you've had any unique challenges, not necessarily in Cars Billington, but in this industry as a whole?
I wouldn't particularly say there's any specific challenges for being a woman. I think it's just challenges for learning and getting into it. I've had nothing but support since starting. Everyone's been more than happy to help. So I think it was, I've sort of a bit of background, but everyone's been so helpful and friendly. As long as you ask the right questions and you're interested, it's been, I wouldn't say it's only been challenging if I've not asked a question, really. So
that makes sense, actually. And do you feel you obviously work with a supportive team of people around
Definitely,
here? Because you are the only lady in the machinery parts police here.
For now, we might get another, but there's the girls in the country store as well, so that's nice to see them. But everyone's been, I can't fault anybody I've spoken to, picking up parts from the different branches before we opened and getting to know everybody in every parts sort of department store in the country, and they're on the other end of the phone and they'll pick up straight away and they're so keen to help, and it's been lovely. I've been very supported, absolutely.
And Hayley, how important do you think it is for women to be in agricultural leadership positions?
Very important, highly important. You need young people like myself who's come in, need someone to aspire to be and to inspire them to carry on and think, I can make it, I can do it, I can progress. Progression's been important to me. We went to Myeska College the other week for a careers open event thing, and a group of lasses came across, and there was one that mentioned that she might want to go into agricultural engineering. She was quite nervous and she didn't think, she was worried about looking silly. We had a parts game in front. She was a bit nervous to have a go. I encouraged her to have a go, and she got every single one of them right. She knew what they were. You just had to feel them and tell. So one was a filter and things. So she did really well, and I think it gave her a bit of confidence. And seeing myself and Megan behind the stall as well, two women in the agricultural parts department, I think that's sort of like, women can do it and I can do it. I've proved that I can. I've just done it myself, so that was really nice to see. And you just think something that seems little at the time, it sort of brought a smile to my face as well, because I just think I really hope that gave her a bit of confidence to go for what she wanted to pursue, because other than that she might be a bit nervous too. So hopefully.
And here's something that I was thinking as well. So do you think that with the focus on equality that there is these days, that younger girls and women are maybe braver to go for positions like that?
I would say so, yeah definitely. Not long ago, young girls might not have even come to a stall if it was anything to do with machinery or parts. It was quite a male-dominant sort of... still today, people might think it's quite male-dominant, but it's just not the case anymore. It's absolutely far from it. So I think it was important for us to go and especially for female faces there as well, just to sort of encourage that and say, like, it just absolutely isn't. And yeah, it's important to support them.
Yeah, and I suppose that will have inspired you to go on and do events like that in the future, to continue to inspire the younger
Absolutely.
generation.
That alone, it was really good. There was loads of young lads and some really good young people there, just wanting to have a go, and they were all fantastic. They were all impressive with what they knew already, and yeah, lasses and lads, it's for everyone.
So something that people might be a bit concerned about getting into your area of the business is, how do you build confidence with customers in quite a heavily male-dominated client base?
Yeah, I think listening is key. Finding out what the actual question is. Some people might come to you not really knowing themselves what they're after. Some people come with serial numbers and know exactly what they want. So it's, as long as I'm confident and as long as they're confident that even if I obviously don't know the answer to the question, they need to be confident that I will find out, and in a quick, timely manner, and give them the information that they're needing. And as long as you communicate and you're honest and you do everything that they want you to do, or manage the expectations if you can't do something like that then that they're wanting, then that's how it is. You just need to be honest and communicate with people, and the trust is there. I enjoy working with people.
Yeah.
So
And I've seen you, like when we had the Brock Open Day with all the customers that were coming in the door. I think because you're confident, you're bright, you're bubbly, that kind of resonates with everybody who comes through the door anyway.
I hope so.
And then you're confident enough to sort of be able to use your technical skill and ability to help them with what they need.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm keen to learn and find out, and if I don't know, I sort of want to, so that helps, because even if a customer comes and I think he sort of puts off like, oh well, I don't really want to buy, I just want to know. Well, fine, I need to know anyway, so let me find out and I'll get back to you, and then we'll both learn something and we'll both know, because it's not about hard selling all the time. And when I'm gaining knowledge, it's just opportunity after opportunity at the minute. As soon as someone asks me a question, to know something, and then that just betters me in my role. So
and every day.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm sure when everybody sees you on this, they'll be coming in. Can I speak to that Haley?
I hope so. I'll find out if I don't know. So
We're here today with Sharon Swanston, who is the product manager for the animal health category. And I picked on you, Shannon, because you've obviously been with us for quite some time. And worked your way through the ranks up to the role that you're in today. But what I'm interested to hear from you is, where are you from, an agricultural background?
No, I had no agricultural background, no agricultural knowledge before joining the business.
Okay, and like personally in your own life, you haven't grown up on a farm or anything like that?
No, didn't grow up on a farm, no agricultural background.
So you're obviously on farm now, loved it with your other half. And you've really sort of changed and grown into that. Like, how did that all come about?
Yeah, so obviously now live on a farm with my partner. Joined the business here at Cars Billington 9 years ago as retail assistant in the shop in Carlisle with, like I said, no agricultural background or knowledge, and just fell in love with it, to be fair. So I was in the shop for 18 months and then took a role as product manager assistant in the office. Worked my way up to the role I'm in now, which is animal health product manager.
And in what time frame did you meet Tom, your other half, then?
That was 5 years ago, so been with the business 9 years, so worked here for 4 years and then met my partner and live out on the farm and love life every day out there now.
Oh, and like I can see that when I look at some of the stuff that you put on your social media. You're whizzing around on the quad bike and getting out in the fields and taking really nice photos. So, like, do you and Tom very much sort of manage it as a partnership?
Yeah, well, Tom's dad's still there on the farm as well, so there's Tom and his dad, and then obviously myself and Tom's sister as well, so we all chip in and get on with it.
And what stage are you at just now? What are you on with?
Well, we're right in the middle of lambing time now, so it's going well, touch wood. The weather could be better, but we always say that, don't we? But all in all, lambing time's going good for us.
Yeah, because you're Gilsland's way, aren't you?
Originally from Gilsland, but now at Roadhead, so Bewcastle, middle of nowhere.
Yeah. And is it just sheep on the farm?
Sheep and cattle. and of course my chickens and ducks that I've brought with me.
Oh, so you brought the chickens and ducks, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, amazing. And so, thinking about your progression in Cars Billington,
Yeah.
were you ever like aspirational, this is where I want to be, this is what I want to do, or talk us through how you've kind of developed and come through?
Yeah, so obviously with having no agricultural background, when I took the role as retail assistant in Carlisle, I wasn't too sure where I wanted to go with my career or progression. I had no idea, if I'm honest, but just fell in love with it, to be fair, fell in love with the industry and the business itself. So worked my way up, assistant product manager. I got to work, alongside numerous different people and see all different insights into the business. And then obviously just continued to progress in my career and took the role as product manager for animal health. And yeah, just absolutely love it now. So really enjoy it.
So Shannon, can you give me some examples locally to you of any groups that support women in agriculture?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's local groups wherever you go that support women in agriculture. Local to me would be the Farmer Network. So a moment that stands out to me was a meeting that they ran, which was women in agriculture. And being in that room filled with women that are part of agriculture, the positivity and the empowerment that was there was, it was just amazing to see and to feel that. I think, that stuck with me, and that's probably been about 6 years now since that meeting when I'd been with the business not very long, and I thought, this is what I want to do. I see myself staying within agriculture, and that's always stuck with me.
We're here with Lucy Shaw from the Calf and Young Stock team. You're the Calf and Young Stock manager, yeah?
Yeah.
And we're here on farm today. This is Lucy's very much natural habitat, isn't it?
Yeah.
You love getting in.
To be.
And Lucy, as well as being Calf and Young Stock manager, you're a mum to 2 kids who love their animals.
2 children, yeah.
You breed Suffolk, and is it Badger-faced Texels?
Badger-faced Texels,
yeah. And then one of the things that we wanted to talk to you about is this group that you're a part of called Women in Dairy, because it's something that we've never discussed and I've never really asked you for before. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I became a co-facilitator for Women in Dairy about 3 years ago. So I'm the co-facilitator for Cumbria along with Angela Chapelhow from Cumbria Farmer Network. And together we arrange meetings for women in dairy of Cumbria. And some men as well. It's not all women that come along. And we get together, we invite speakers to come and have little talks with us. We usually have some lunch and a bit of a chit chat afterwards as well. And it's nice for everyone just to get involved and, chat and, share experiences and connect with each other and have a little bit of time off the farm and relax, but be educated as well by the talks that we're doing.
So Lucy, did you grow up with agriculture? Were you born on a farm? Were you born into it?
So I was born into gamekeeping down in the south of England in Kent, and moved up to Cumbria and lived on a mixed beef sheep dairy farm. It was quite a traditional unit. Cows were tied up in byres. We didn't have a proper milking parlour in. And then I went from leaving school and going down the route of being a veterinary nurse. So a veterinary nurse for 21 years before joining Cars Billington.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Yeah.
And then, so let's jump into, where did you start off in Cars Billington then? What made you come to this side?
So I started off in Cars Billington as a calf and young stock specialist for the north of England. I can't remember when it was. Was it November 23, November 22?
It's been a wee while then.
4.5 years ago. I'm getting live. And started off as a calf and young stock specialist, and then moved into the role of calf and young stock product manager about 2 years ago now. Yeah.
And you, it's normally been a kind of female calf and young stock team, hasn't it? Do you think that like the female energy lends itself better to that role?
I think.
Is it a more nurturing role?
Yeah, we'll go with a more nurturing role. It can be a more nurturing role, and I think women do pay a little bit more attention to detail and maybe have a little bit more patience with young stock. That's not. I'm not speaking for all there, but generally on a whole, it is usually the women that look after the calves. Yeah.
Do you think that it's important to have specifically really good female role models?
I don't think necessarily. I think just having a general good role model overall who, is supportive and, treats everybody equally, I think is the more important thing. And I think, taking gender away from it, it just depends on how good the role model is. Yeah,
and if you're good at your job and you can inspire and motivate people, that's probably the key thing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
So thinking about younger people coming up in the industry, like what more can the industry do to try and encourage younger females? Or do you think that there's enough of a flow coming through now that that's a real good news story? Or
I think there's a good flow coming through of young women coming into agriculture and dairy, and I think there's more and more coming through. The colleges are a good start.
Yeah, you. I'll keep that in as well. So thinking about your daughter, she turned around and went, Mum, I really want to get into, I want to have my own dairy farm, or I want to have my own this. What advice would you give her? And don't say just don't do it. Because she rides horses now, doesn't she? She's got a wee horse.
Yeah, we have it's a bit of a troublesome wee horse, a bit full of character. I think, determination and hard work is going to be, farming isn't easy.
No.
And, you've got to want it and you've got to stick at it and, not give up too easily.
Yeah. And I suppose you're sort of, like, with her having her own horse, you're instilling those disciplines into her already. Lucy, if, say somebody, like one of the young lasses in the yard today, turns around to you and goes, how do I get to a job like yours? What's my steps? What do I do now?
I think getting as much experience under your belt as possible, and you've got to have an interest in it. You've got to show keen and sort of willingness in farming, and for my role in particular, young stock, in my opinion, young stock are the most important stock on the farm. They're what's coming through and what's going to be the future. You've got to have a good understanding of how to get that calf to where you want it to be, or that lamb if it's a sheep, to me, qualifications and things don't matter so much, as long as you're keen and willing and willing to put the hard work in.